Right now I am riding what could possibly be the best electric scooter of 2026. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another review video. Big shout out goes out to Onecna for reaching out to me and asking me to review one of their electric scooters. This is the GT7 model. In this review I'm going to go over everything there is to know about this monster electric scooter, but first let's get started with the specs. So this is the Onecna GT7 electric scooter. It features dual hub motors, one in the front and one in the rear, with 2800 watt each, which means 5600 watts peak total power. That is absolutely crazy. This is coupled with a 60 volts 27 amp hour battery. Onecna claims that you can get a range of up to 55 miles depending on riding mode and riding conditions, of course. We have 11-inch all-terrain tires, coupled with hydraulic brakes front and rear with 140mm rotor as well as electronic ABS. This scooter also features an hydraulic front fork as well as a hydraulic rear shock for a smooth, comfortable ride. A very wide and grippy deck, which is 8.9 inches wide by 20.3 inches long. This scooter can also fold, of course, using this very sturdy folding mechanism, and we also have an adjustable handlebar stem. In the front we have 3 separate headlights that are very bright, and in the rear we have a tail light, an active brake light, as well as turn signals. That is always good. And the scooter also features 360 LED frame lights for the ultimate visibility. The total weight of this scooter is 80 pounds with the max load capacity of 550 pounds. It is UL 2849 certified and IPX5 rated. And up on the handlebars we have our front brake, our thumb throttle, our ignition, and our voltage meter. In the center we have a nice color display, and on the left side we have our rear brake, our on, off, and mode selector button, headlight switch, turn signals, and a horn. And that is pretty much it for the specs. Now, as far as the price, this current model, the GT7, goes for $999, which is already pretty insane, but I will have a discount code along with a link that will be in the description down below if you're interested in this scooter. Now, I previously reviewed the GT9, which was an absolute blast, so I can't wait to get started on this. So let's jump straight into our speed test. Now, before we do the speed test, I do want to show you the starting procedure. Pretty simple. We have an ignition key. You flick that on, and then we hold the power button for a few seconds, and the screen will turn on. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see the screen. It is a little bit bright. Now, when you first turn the scooter on, it goes into park mode, P mode. You do have to hit one of the brake levers to get out of that. This scooter has 3 speed modes. We have 1, 2, and 3, but we also have dual motors. So we have 3 modes in the rear motor only, or if we double click the power button, we are engaged in dual motor mode, and same thing, 1, 2, 3. So technically we have 6 different riding modes on the scooter, and that is very nice and versatile. For our speed test, I'm going to be in speed mode 3, dual motor mode. So I got my GPS app open and the speed reset. Sweet. Just going to throw that in my pocket, and let's see how fast this thing can go in dual motor mode, pedal assist mode 3. Oh my god, what a monster. Instant takeoff. If you are not ready for it, it will definitely fly from underneath you or yank you back. This has extreme power, especially in dual motor mode. Now, it's a little bit windy right now, so I'm just gonna tuck in for a second, just trying to give the scooter any edge I could in giving us the top speed. Oh my god, that is so quick. Sheesh, that was extreme. Hopefully my GPS app had enough time to catch the speed. And let's see what we got here. Okay, so it seems like we were able to hit 39.4 miles per hour. Okay, so 39.4, not the exact 45 miles per hour that's advertised, but again, at the same time, guys, it is very windy today, and that will have a huge effect, especially on something like a scooter where you can't fully tuck your body in, and essentially your body is acting like a huge sail. So maybe on a different day I might be able to get a different top speed, but regardless, that was our speed test. Now let's quickly do our brake test, and these are hydraulic brakes. Oh my god, the takeoff is insane. Pretty nice hydraulic brakes. I'm making my way up to about 20 miles an hour, hitting the brake in 3, 2, go. All right, that was actually very good. So from that light pole to where I'm at, we're looking at maybe 10 to 12 feet, something like that. So an estimated stopping distance of about 10 to 12 feet from about 20 miles an hour. Now, one thing to keep in mind is these are brand new brakes, so as soon as they bed in, they will become better and you should expect better results. But regardless, that was our brake test. Like I said earlier, I did review the Onecna GT9 in the past, and that was a great riding experience. And this model is no different. It's pretty much very close to being the same thing as the GT9, just less power and less top speed, but it still has insane amount of power, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. The riding experience itself, this scooter feels very solid. We have very low center of gravity, and that low center of gravity makes for a very solid and planted ride. These tires are kind of wide, but that gives you a lot of traction on the road. And with the amount of power this scooter has, I feel very confident anywhere I'm riding. Now, one thing I do want to mention is this scooter also comes with a bunch of things included. It comes with a seat, so if you're into that type of riding experience, you can connect the seat and have like a sit-down scooter. It also comes with gloves, a bike lock, a phone mount. Very nice of them to do. They can easily charge extra for that, but they are including it with this scooter, which is insane. Very, very good, and definitely adds to the riding experience. Okay, check this out. The suspension on here is hydraulic, and look at that. Very nice, very bouncy. Hopefully that comes across on camera. Very comfortable. Let's see how this thing does over a little speed bump over here. Oh yeah, super smooth. You don't feel anything, and just riding on the road in general feels very smooth. We are going to take it on a little mini off-road trail in a little bit, but as far as road riding goes, very nice. Now let's see if this thing likes a little curb hop. Oh yeah, like butter. Very nice. And this thing is very sick. The suspension on here is excellent for the weight of this scooter. Let's talk size and fit. As you see me right now, I am 5'8", 160 pounds, and this scooter fits me perfect. I have plenty of room for my feet on the deck. I'm gonna stop and show you that right now. Check out this deck. I did mention its dimensions in the spec section, but it's very wide and very grippy as well, almost like a skateboard type grip, and I have plenty of room for my feet, and I wear size 10. This shoe is rather large, very nice and comfortable. Another thing I really like is the adjustable handlebars, so you can definitely make it fit you, which opens this scooter to many different riders. So as far as size and fit, excellent. The tune is amazing on this thing. The throttle is very responsive, even if you're on the highest mode, which is what I am right now, dual motor mode, speed mode 3. It is a very good throttle curve. It doesn't go crazy 0 to 100. You can still be very nice and subtle with this. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. And in that mode too, you can just explode right away. Now, what's beautiful about it is, like I said earlier in the speed test, we have single motor only, which is the rear motor, or dual motors, and then we have 3 speed modes, so plenty of options to choose from. If you wanted something more chill, you can just turn one motor on in the lower setting. That will also increase your range by a lot. Or if you just want to go racing and explode or go off-roading, you turn both motors on, and this thing will absolutely fly. Very nice tune. The only thing I will say that I don't fully like is that park mode. Now, I understand when you first turn the scooter on, but it turns back on very quickly. So even if you're standing for a second, I think it's like 2-3 seconds, that park mode goes back on, and then you try to hit the throttle and it won't go, so you have to hit the brake to go. It's a little annoying until you get used to it. So if it was up to me, I would either only have it when you first start the scooter up, or change the duration in which it turns on. So let's just say after 10 seconds or 15 seconds, then park mode turns on. That'll be a lot nicer. It just turns on too quick for my liking. Other than that, the tune is amazing. All right, let's try our hill climb, and I have no doubt in my mind the scooter will make it. I'm gonna be in dual motor mode, pedal assist mode 3, and let's see if we can conquer this. Now this hill never comes across on camera, but it's fairly steep. It's at least a 20% grade. Onecna claims on their website that this scooter can conquer a 45-degree incline. I don't have a 45-degree incline where I can test it, but I wouldn't doubt them. Now, yes, we did lose a little bit of speed, but we're still flying up this hill, and the motors aren't showing any sign of struggle. And the main reason I do this test is for those of you who live in an area with a lot of hills, or hills are a part of your commute. That way you guys can see what this thing is capable of, and it's definitely capable. All right, off-road time. Oh my God, this thing is an absolute monster. Now, where I'm at right now, of course, is no match for something like this, especially with the tires it comes on, which are dual sport, so you can go off-road, on-road, and they'll perform perfect. I do, however, want to test it on something a little bit more extreme. Now, I usually go to a different spot, but it recently rained, and I don't want to get too stuck with water and stuff. Even though this has an IPX rating that's pretty decent, we're just gonna do a small section just to give you an idea of what this thing is capable of. It is a review after all, and I do want to test these things. I just don't want to go too extreme, but it's definitely capable. Here we have a little incline. Oh yeah, just eating it up, skipping like crazy. That front tire just skipping. It's got so much power. It is unbelievable. Now, even if I just double press that power button and go to single motor mode, this thing is a monster, dude. It's just eating up this terrain. Let's see how it does on this downhill section. Excellent. The suspension on here is amazing. Now, yes, this might be a small little section of off-road, but I've reviewed so many of these scooters and e-bikes, you're gonna have to take my word for it. This thing will do amazing off-road. So, what do I think about the Onecna GT7 electric scooter? Let's do things I like, things I don't like, and is this thing good value for money or not? Let's start with things I like, and there are many. Since I already reviewed the GT9 and I loved almost everything about it, this is a very similar model aside from some power and speed, so same thing applies here. The list of things that I like is almost endless. I like the motors, the power, the battery, the lighting system, the screen, the tires, the brakes. Everything is amazing, very high quality. Now let's do things I don't like, and throughout the review I tried thinking about it. There are two. The first one is the top speed. Now, I'm not going to fully hold it against the scooter, the fact that I wasn't able to hit 45 miles an hour, because sometimes that speed is like under no load or a very light load, and top speeds on electric vehicles like this can vary so much by weather, wind, PSI in the tires, rider weight. All kinds of things come into effect when determining top speed. So I'm not going to fully hold it against it, but I will add it to my dislikes. And the second thing, it's just me being extra picky, and that is that parking feature, that P feature. If you leave the scooter for literally, I think it's about like 3 seconds, it goes into park mode. And that gets very annoying. If you're stopping at the red light or I don't know what, you have to hit the brake in order to go. Sometimes you forget and you try to go and there's no response. You're like, it's that brake. I got to hit the brake. So I don't mind that feature. I just hope that it was right when you turn it on, you stay there until I hit the brake. That is very nice. And secondly is maybe changing the duration. So let's just say, like I said in the review, 10 to 15 seconds after not touching anything, have that P park mode turn on for safety. That I can live with. But 3 seconds is just way too quick. So that's something I dislike. Now, there could be a way where you can either disable it or change the timing through the menu. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to message Onecna, but it should be an easy fix, and then this scooter is pretty much perfect, especially for the price. And that brings me to, is this thing good value for money or not? We're talking $999 for everything that you're getting here. 60-volt battery, 5,600 watts of peak power. That is absolutely insane. Definitely one of the best deals of 2026, and that is without my discount code. I will have a discount code. That'll be in the description down below, where you can save a little bit more off this thing, making it an insane value for money. If you've never experienced a dual motor scooter, oh my god, what an experience. I highly recommend it. Now, I'm pretty sure I was able to go over everything there's to know about this electric scooter. I appreciate you guys watching as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.